Ever in your life have you fixed
Ever in my life.
ever in your life have you fisted a turkey before?
No, but I have.
You've been fisted?
No.
Okay.
How was your experience fisting that turkey?
Not what I anticipated that it would be. I had to like dig in there and like take out the neck and the bag. They put like a bag of shit, it seems like.
What are you saving the bag for?
I'm not saving the bag for anything.
Who is saving the bag
My
for?
grandma, like, she used to cook it and give it to her dogs.
They can eat that?
Probably not,
Ooh.
but they did.
And how did she cook it? Like a stew?
No, she just like cooked it in a pan with some butter, like a ridiculous, unhealthy amount of butter.
Gizzards and butter.
Nothing like some
Thanksgiving
neck.
meal.
Nothing like some Thanksgiving neck. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Slightly Unhinged podcast.
I'm your co-host, Kayla.
And Dante.
What it do, what it be, y'all?
What it do, what it be.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you. Your turn?
No,
Give it to
not
us.
today, not
Give
today.
it to us.
I think I'm like still parched from last night. My throat is hurting. So.
What did you do last night? Tell the people what's going on.
Dante had a Friendsgiving party last night that we
Yes.
all were preparing all last week for.
Yeah, if I have a party at my house, it's Kayla's party too. Like we give her so much tasks to do.
Yes, but I don't mind.
Yeah, we made empanadas, which were a hit. People were like asking about them today, like, were there any empanadas left?
Yes, they're always a hit.
Yes. I'm exhausted from that.
Very exhausted. My feet are still burning.
Well, you wore boots.
Well, they were heeled boots, okay, and I did not take them off the duration of the party. So I was washing dishes and cleaning all in my boots because Noah had his fur all over my socks and I felt dirty if I were to take off my boots.
You shouldn't feel dirty because of Noah. He was clean.
No, I'm just saying like his fur was everywhere, so I didn't want people to make me.
Yeah, make it seem like, oh, that girl's covered in dog hair.
Yeah.
Well, several people said that to me throughout the night about you, so.
Well, they still ate my food.
Anyway. Yeah, it was a good time. Lots of people. It was super late by the time it ended, but like it was chill. My feet were hurting too because my shoes were like new, and I should have got a bigger size. And
were your toes like this?
No, they weren't. But like the shoe is very narrow.
Oh.
So like, and I just have to break them
like
in.
this.
Oh my! Leave my toes out of the conversation. The shoe's very narrow and it's just like adjusting. I'm gonna wear them to work. Give it a couple weeks and it'll be.
Did you buy new shoes for this occasion?
Absolutely.
Why?
The shirt that I had on was brand new too.
Why?
Why not?
You know, when you told me that we had to dress up for Thanksgiving dinner, I don't know about y'all, but I like to be in my comfort pants because I'm going to be eating a lot. And I had to wear a comfort skirt.
You can't bust out of those.
No.
Yeah, but like I feel like, don't you always see people saying like, oh, I've got my outfit, my living room outfit ready for Thanksgiving?
My sweatpants and my shirt, and I had to wear heels.
You could have worn sweatpants and heels.
No, what?
You could have.
And I would have been talked about all
Absolutely.
night.
Absolutely. So guys, for today's episode of the podcast, we're going to take a little bit more of a serious tone. I think after the overwhelming week that we had, like getting ready for Friendsgiving and how like busy yesterday was, that we definitely both woke up today feeling like that.
Yeah, I kind of felt hungover and I didn't even drink.
I did drink quite a significant amount compared to what I usually would. And I, thank God, woke up not feeling the effects of that. Especially since I didn't eat all day. And then once I already got there, I was like, shots.
Well, at least like when you didn't eat all day, you weren't drinking too.
Yeah, that would have killed me. I would have died.
Yeah, I don't think we would be here today.
We wouldn't. And I know you were saying that this morning, like you weren't really feeling like podcasting.
No, I kind of just felt tired because all day Friday I had like a whole bunch of things to do. I had meetings that I had to go to.
Businesswoman.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of meetings. And then I was preparing for your party on Friday, like the pernil and the empanadas. And then Saturday I was still preparing.
Yeah.
And then I got to your house early to help like cook and clean and stuff. So I just kind of wanted to chill today. And then this morning I had to go help and make some breakfast. So I haven't really had much of a break.
Luckily, my mom let me like sleep, and then she ended up taking care of most of the stuff this morning that I needed to do.
Mm.
Um, which
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for because
Yeah, we left some things for you to do. And by the sound of it, they were all taken care of.
the tables are still there, and I had to take the trash out, but there's so much of it that has to wait till garbage day. So,
Hmm.
but I do appreciate you guys cleaning up because I mean I was entertaining.
No, yeah, you were the host.
Right. So what do I look like cleaning?
The
I'm
host also cleans.
I know. So yeah, we're just taking it a little slower today. To see where the conversation goes. This is our therapy session. Well, maybe
A wind down.
yeah. Because I was saying that after being around so many people, I always realize afterwards, like, damn, I feel really lonely because, like, you don't, excellent work. You don't always realize that you're alone until you're not alone and then you're alone again after. So I was around a ton of people yesterday. And mind you, like, my social battery was dead. I did need to be by myself. But I was like, damn, I'm lonely.
I feel like you probably feel that way because you don't have that many parties that frequently. Like it's not an every weekend kind of thing. So you're like, finally, I'm alone. It's like a once a year or twice a year kind of party. And you're like, yo, that was so much fun. And now I'm kind of by myself. So it's not necessarily like a bad thing that.
Yeah, I feel like it starts out like that, like in my brain, and then it's all of like, nobody loves me.
Oh.
I'm all by myself.
Oh.
When will my time come? Harmonize with me. When will
No.
my Okay. Yeah, so I feel like I just want to be loved.
Do you think that you allow yourself to be loved?
No,
Why?
but I feel like my standards are ridiculously high. As we saw from the red flags video. I think my standards are ridiculously high. I don't want to say ridiculously because it's like attainable stuff. It's not like, oh, this person could not exist. I just don't like, I'm not willing to sacrifice a nonsense free relationship for the sake of having one,
Mm-hmm.
or for the sake of not feeling lonely, because I'd rather feel lonely than stressed out.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a lot more work if you just ignore some boundaries that they keep crossing or something.
Yeah, and I feel like I couldn't ignore them. So then I just feel like I'd be running through a roster really quickly, and that's going to take a toll on me.
Yeah, that's very exhausting, juggling between them or even just
No, one at
going
a
one
time.
after the other.
Yeah, I've never been good at juggling. Well, yeah, no. Maybe you need to juggle. We need to get you juggling.
I don't really want to juggle. I think after my last one, like, not only am I traumatized, but I'm still exhausted.
Do you think that, like, what do you think it would take to change that? Like, you just think you need to take this time for yourself, or?
I think I have been taking this time to myself. I think it's me. I have to be ready. And right now, I just don't care to. Like, it would take the perfect man, which does not exist, to literally.
I'm sitting right here.
It would take the perfect man to just walk into my life, and I have to have that feeling.
And you haven't had it. Well, it's
No,
still, it's very early.
I've had that feeling where I've thought like, oh, this person is my person. Like that's it for me. But that's a reason why I'm traumatized because I thought I was so invested, and because now that that's gone, I just it would take a lot for me to like get back there again.
See, like, this sounds crazy, but like sometimes I envy like what you are going through, and it's like, why would you ever want to feel that way?
Yeah.
Because like I've never been in a position to have to feel that way. You know, like I've never had the serious relationship that I've been with the person for a while. And so like I'm in a position to hurt if something goes wrong. I've only ever gotten to a stage with people where it's like, if they cut me off or if I cut them off, it's like water under the bridge. It is what it is. It doesn't affect me. I'm sure like over time that frequently happening might chip away.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've never. So it's kind of like, like you see people going through like a breakup and it's terrible. But it's like the hurt is evidence of something good. And so like I've never had that something good. And I want to go through a breakup to write a really good song.
It's not something that I would recommend. I think every breakup is different. It depends if you are the one breaking up or they're the ones that are causing the breakup. Like if it's mutual. I've never had a mutual clean breakup. Like my last one was probably the messiest and unnecessary drama filled one for no reason. So it's not something that I recommend. Like I don't want you to experience that.
But I feel like the one before that was clean.
Yeah. But it wasn't mutual.
Well, I feel like those are rare.
They are
I think
rare.
it takes a lot of maturity to have like a mutual breakup.
Well, that's what I want. If we're going to break up, why can't we do it mutually? But I never get the chance to, have a clean breakup.
Because like I think it's rare for both people to be feeling the same way. So like I don't think it's a mutual breakup if someone were to break up with you.
Cordial.
If someone were to break up with you because they lost feelings for you and you accept that,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a mutual breakup. You just accepted it.
Yeah, but I feel like there are some that are mutual. They're like, all right, this isn't working out. I think this is the best thing for us.
And if you both agree,
mm-hmm.
then that's
rare.
Mutual. But if someone breaks up with you and you respect their decision and like wish them the best, but you still would have wanted to be with them, that's
Mm-hmm.
not a mutual breakup.
No, yeah, I think that's just cordial.
Yeah. I just feel like like they broke up with me, but like I don't have any ill will towards them.
That was my second to last one. Like it wasn't mutual.
There's so many. We can't even keep track of
There's literally
them.
like 3 and only one of them was actually really serious. But I would say that it was more on his part, but obviously I'm not going to beg someone to stay if they don't want to. So I was just like, okay, like I understand, but it wasn't mutual.
Yeah, but I feel like you still dodged a bullet in ways that
now I realize
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes that.
I mean, I guess, but that's not something that I'm saying like I want you to go through. Like I'd rather you go through something that's nice and clean.
I don't know though. I feel like, and I guess it's like social media and just like movies and stuff, like everybody has that.
The drama.
No, not the drama, because I couldn't do that. If I was with somebody and we were breaking up, I'm not entertaining any drama. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, but sometimes it comes without you even trying.
I understand. I don't have to entertain it though. I'm saying like, like that first heartbreak, like your first heartbreak, I feel like it's a rite of passage and like you grow so much from it.
Yeah.
So I kind of want it. I welcome it.
Okay.
And like I said, I could write a really, really sad song.
Can I be in the studio for that?
Of course.
Yes.
I feel like I already write sad songs without having experienced the things that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If it was actually paining me and like I had the experience, then
I envy that portion because I wish I could put everything that I'm feeling from what happened into a song or into poetry or something.
But you could.
I don't really know how to.
I mean,
I can barely speak.
You don't have to. If you can write something down and put like a tune to it, you don't have to be the one to sing it. We all know how to rhyme and write words and.
Okay, so if I write it down, will you sing it for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to write it down and come up with the melody.
Oh.
You can't just write words on a page and then I just figure out how to make it work.
Well, yes, again.
No.
Yeah, we could try.
We can try.
Let's start.
My next drop, we're going to come back in 2 weeks and we'll be like, hey guys, new song coming out.
What should we call it?
Written by Kayla. Fat Drive. Nothing like one of those. So going into your next relationship, whenever that is, do you feel like because of like how the last 2 ultimately ended, that you would like go into the next one with this sort of wall or like this expectation or like not getting your hopes up that it's gonna actually go anywhere?
I say I'm definitely gonna be guarded, but I would have to be a lot more open-minded because right now I'm just very set on working on myself, not being in a relationship, entertaining people. So I think once that happens and that person comes along, my guard is still going to be up, but I think I will be more open to seeing where things go. And if it does end, then I'm in a good place mentally for me to be okay with that.
Okay. So you feel like, I don't know, because personally, I feel like if I had like an experience like yours, that I'd have to write people off for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not.
But like a long time. And then like I know that I wouldn't be ready because I would generalize what happened and like then just expect that from everybody, which is already going to doom me from the start.
Yeah, that's why you really have to work on yourself to not generalize that for the entire population because there are some very good men and women out there. It's just a matter of where you are mentally to be able to be open minded and accept them. Like right now, I feel like you are heading down the path of wanting that relationship, which is a good thing for you because once that person comes along, you're like, okay, I'm ready for this. Let's see where things go.
That feeling of wanting though like worries me because then I feel like I also don't want to just take whatever comes, like because
Yeah.
I want it's like, okay, well this person's willing to give me the attention that I'm looking for and so I'll take it because that's what normally causes things to last 7 days and then I'm
Yeah.
like I realize now that I'm not actually interested in you. I'm just interested in like the intention that you showed me and like actually feeling wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's like rooted in something else. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like maybe that feeling of just like wanting to be wanted by somebody. And then once I realized like, okay, maybe I didn't want this specifically from you, but
Oh,
at first it was nice. That's got to be rooted in something. I don't know what,
yeah.
but cause it's like nonstop. It's the problem that I have is like, I'll be like really interested in somebody. And then usually like they'll either do something or they'll say something. And then I'm like immediately like, suddenly I realize, that I'm not interested in you. And then I'll be like, low key, like now I'm realizing like you're not my type and you're not attractive to me. And I just liked the consistency. Because if you can text back in a timely manner,
That's it for you.
that's it for me. You've already got a leg up. If you can text
No.
me, if you can like sit there, if you read my message as soon as I sent it, you've already got a leg up.
I don't know. We got to work on that, buddy. No.
Well, what would you suggest?
Well, I also feel like sometimes when they do show interest back or even more interest than you are in them, then you kind of also get turned off a little bit.
Because then I realize, let me tell you something. Let me tell the world this. The people that are interested in me, like hard down, interested in me, want to pursue something with me, are never the people that I'm interested in or feel the exact same way.
That's always how it is.
Never. Or the person that I'm interested in isn't interested in me in the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to notice it and I'm going to be like, well, I'm not going to continue to be, and like you may be interested in a little bit, but not like I am. So you're not going to have the upper hand on me. So that automatically gets deaded. But then it's like the people that I'm interested in that don't know that I'm interested in them, then, and obviously I'm not going to tell them because you should just know. And then now you need to be interested in me.
But what are you showing them that they should just know?
If I'm liking your Instagram story and I swipe up on your story and say things like make a little comment or something, that's a sign.
Yeah, but
If you just like my reply and that's it, then I know everything I need to know. You're not interested.
Yeah, but I feel like I get likes on my stories with people who are in relationships, which I also think is very disgusting. And I share that with you a lot because given with my breakup, like that really makes me upset that there's men that do that and it's disgusting. So I think liking your story on Instagram is very superficial sign.
Okay, so like I said, liking your story, if I swipe up on your story and like maybe people just take it like, oh, I'm friendly. But then I'm thinking like, no, I'm risking you thinking that I'm annoying, swiping up on your story, and then you just like my response. To me, I'm reading that as like, you're not interested. Because if you were, but you were just scared to start the conversation, and I did, and all you do is like it, then I know, like, you're not interested. Because if you were, you would have responded with more. And even if it's like, oh, thank you, or like, LOL, you know, like, you would have responded with more if you were interested.
There's someone that we know mutually that likes my stories sometimes, and I share with you because I get so excited.
I get excited for you.
And they never start a conversation. I'm like, why? Just start one with me. That will be my next one. Once I'm ready. You said, what will it take for me?
Would you share?
No, I will not share. But what will it take for me to be in another relationship? Him. It'll be him. And he has never failed to make me smile just for that little like. And he won't start a conversation.
But see how you're saying like that little like is superficial?
Okay, yeah, I see.
It means something. And let me tell you, here's a perfect example. There's somebody that I've had on like Snap for like 2 years. And we've never really spoken, but every time they post a story, I'm just like, and like mainly just because they check a lot of boxes appearance wise, and like especially like rare things that are never paired together. So
like tall and green eyes.
Sure, or like yeah, sure. So then on Instagram and like in these 2 years they never interact with my social media. Then I post like a fire haircut video and they like my story and I'm like, exactly. I get like excited, like, okay, they're paying attention to me now. So then
I got him.
But then I try to relax. I'm like, okay, just a one-off, don't go crazy. Then like I'll post something else and like swipe up with the laughing thing or you like my story. So then, okay, so I feel like at that time you did it twice. Okay. So then I'm like, let me put you on my close friends.
Oh.
So then you swipe up and say something to what I said to my close friends. And then I'll actually respond. So now we're talking. And then you just like my reply. And that's it. And the conversation dies. And I'm just like.
Now it's not fun anymore.
Yep. And the people that actually can hold the conversation.
Are the ugly ones.
Or they live across the country. That always happens too. If you live in Hawaii and you ever want to come to Florida, just let me know.
Why don't we just go to Hawaii?
It's a long flight.
Okay.
And
start practicing. Go to Atlanta, then New York, and then we go to Hawaii.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Do a casual run-in,
while
we're surfing.
Can I use your JetBlue card?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Let me pay it off first.
Because you're talking about all these flights, and they're not cheap. But, yeah, so that's the other problem I always run into is I meet, like, the best people, and they don't live here. And that's because all the worst people live in Florida.
No, I don't. Yeah. Also, I feel like they're also hiding because Florida, men and women, we're a different breed. I think everybody is hiding from each other.
I don't blame them. I'm scared. And then I feel like you can also meet people from like that live in another state, and they're great, but they're from Florida, and so they're tainted. They've been spoiled, corrupted,
rotten.
So, and I also feel like the pool here is like all dried up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that we went to high school together with, and they are all like dating each other.
And unhappy, and they're unhappy about it.
Yeah.
Or they've all dated each other, and so. And they've talked to me and the other person that I talked to, and we talked to all three of each other at the same time, unbeknownst to us. And then it's like, so then you meet somebody else, but they had talked to one of those people too. And then they talked to someone that other person was talking to. So then they know them. They probably all slept together. And it's like, I want to meet someone untouched by anybody else.
And I told you, I think that will happen once you leave.
Okay.
Once you are gone on that plane, away
to Hawaii,
you will find a whole new life and a whole new pool.
Yeah, I need a new pool.
Yeah.
And I can swim. Just so you know.
Barely.
I just feel like I don't have the patience for that though. Like I'm not moving tomorrow. I'd love to move tomorrow, but I'm not moving tomorrow. And so it's like I feel like I've been patient enough. You know, I've like I said, I've never had anything serious, and anything that was close to serious was with someone that lived in a whole other state,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually I was icked out on that too. So
Well, do you even feel like you're ready? Like, why do you feel like you're ready for a relationship? Pitch me.
pitch
I'm
you.
just think new relationship right here. The word. Pitch it.
Okay, so first things first, I for the longest time was not ready for a relationship because I couldn't stand to be like touched.
Mm-hmm.
No hugging, nothing. Like I probably wouldn't want to cuddle. Like I just couldn't stand to be touched. I've grown out of that entirely.
Thank God, because
And
it's so nice.
I've grown out of it entirely, and I find myself now like, oh, what? So, so that's one thing.
You missed that?
No. So she's making fun of somebody that I kissed before, and literally it was like, and I was literally thinking to myself in the meantime, like, what the fuck are we doing? Anyway, so I definitely think that was a big reason why I never wanted to be with somebody, because I just didn't want to. I don't know. For a long time, I thought that I just didn't like people because I didn't like to be touched. So that's been long gone. Also, I feel like now that I'm done with school, like I was in a relationship with school, and like I think that would have caused problems if I was in a relationship at that time, because nothing was more important to me. Like I would choose school over everybody and anything else. Like that was my main goal, was to finish school.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm done with school, and it's like, yes, I'm going back to school. Woo! Now I'm going back. I'm gonna go back to school, but that's like not for another year and a half. And so like in the meantime, like, like I want to see what happens. So that
Mm-hmm.
was to the school thing. Like I'm done with school. I also feel like mentally, um, although I still deal with like anxiety and stuff, I feel like it's gotten a lot better. Like I deal with it a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like at the time I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with a relationship, because one, the anxiety that would bring me, and two, I couldn't explain my anxiety to somebody else.
Yeah.
And like if we're in a relationship, they deserve to have an explanation for that. So I feel like now that I deal with it better and I could probably explain it and I know how to knock it out,
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't be an issue. So that's another reason why I think that I'm ready.
I feel like you also know what triggers your anxiety now, because I feel like before you used to tell me like, hey, can we cancel for today? Like I'm just feeling really anxious, and you never really knew why, or unless you didn't share why you were really anxious. But I feel like now, I feel like you know what triggers you,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you don't.
No, I do. I do. And that's the other reason, like, I was always hesitant, because, like, I'm feeling anxious today. Well, why? I don't know. The hell do you mean you don't know? So I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, like, especially like I see my brother and Fabi, and then like yesterday, like I see all the couples. I'm just like, well, I'm always the
I felt
one.
the same.
I'm always the one that comes alone, or like, when you see Fabi, you see Terrence. When you see Terrence, you see Fabi. When you see like people, when you see Charnel, you see Jalen. When you see Jalen, you see Charnel. But when you see me, like you see me in a friend,
Mm-hmm.
or you just see me. If you ever ran into me at a coffee shop or something, or at the bookstore, or the mall, you just see me. And I think that was good, because I couldn't do things alone before. Like I always had to go with somebody.
That's me now, and
And
that's what I'm
so
learning, how to be like by myself.
I promise you, once you're comfortable, it's like the best thing. Because the moment I could start going out to eat alone, or going to a coffee shop to read a book alone, or going shopping alone, it's like very freeing, because you don't have to take into account what other people want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to be considerate of other people's time. You don't have to put on that social jacket and like make sure you're engaging in conversation. Obviously, like you have friends where you don't have to do that, and you can just be in each other's company and it's effortless. But once you can do things alone, it's great. So I feel like everybody should do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done it. And so I know if I was to get into a relationship, like I still would be my individual self, which I'm grateful for because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people when they get into a relationship lose their individuality, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that I would because I need to be by myself sometimes. I think that's the other thing that might cause me issues is like most people in a relationship, they would, or a lot of people would want like constant to be around each other as frequently as possible, to talk as much as you can. And I need to be by myself. And I also don't want to have to explain that to anybody. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I want to be alone today. And I don't want anybody to think like, well, is something wrong between us?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just want to be by myself. And sometimes I just wake up in the morning and don't feel like sending a text to somebody or responding to one. And like, some people might find that unacceptable. Like, even if you're feeling that way, you can still send me a good morning text. And I know you have to like think about other people's feelings as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like we have to have that understanding. You have to know. And obviously, in the beginning, I'm going to have to tell you and prove that, like, no, just because I want to be by myself, it's not a problem. Let's hang out tomorrow. But then eventually, I'm not going to continue to explain that because that's something about me that'll never change. Is I have to have some time alone.
I think that's really important though. I feel like once you get into a relationship, I don't see you losing yourself. I think you spend a lot of time self-reflecting already and knowing you and what Dante likes, what Dante doesn't like. That I think once that next person comes, they really are going to be an addition to your life.
Yeah. I would lose somebody before I lost myself.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
can't.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I could not
No,
lose
I choose
me.
myself always.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, when I like lay down and close my eyes to go to sleep, I'm the one with my thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
not somebody else. So even if they're in the bed with me, they're not going to be thinking through my thoughts like I'm going to have to. So I got to make sure that I'm good at all times.
Yep. Do you think that you are a jealous person?
I think that I could be. I think it depends.
On the
Um,
situation?
I think that I would have like a healthy amount of jealousy. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain that, but I don't know if there is a healthy amount of jealousy. I don't think I could get like jealous to the point where it causes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I might be like, oh, like, but I also think that if I, like, what are you doing that's making me
Mm-hmm.
jealous?
Right.
So if it's because you're spending so much time with your friend, like, and they really are just your friend, like, really. And I might be jealous to the point, like, oh, I'm jealous that they're getting just, like, spending so much time with you, but I'm not jealous of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I could be jealous in that sense. I wouldn't be jealous of a person. And it wouldn't be to the point where it's like, I'm crazy. Because then you're doing something that's making me feel that way.
Yeah, I don't get jealous. I get uninterested. So while you entertaining other people, or even the thought of you entertaining other people, now I'm uninterested in you. Like now I look at you a different way. So I don't know if I get jealous, but I do get the like friend thing, like, oh, I want some time with you too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, I might be, or like, yeah, I feel like that's the only instance that I would get jealous. Like, oh, I didn't get to see you at all this week. You were
Mm-hmm.
with your friends and family, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm jealous, like, they got to spend so much time with you. Like, but otherwise, I think I would get uninterested too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight for you to.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, you want to entertain other people?
Please
Go
do.
ahead. I will remove myself so you could do it freely.
I will sell tickets for your time. Please.
That's the thing. Like, I value my time so much. So, if I'm really spending time, like, hanging out or going out with somebody, like, I really dedicate my time for that one person, and spend one on one with them. So, like, for when people spend their own time, like, if I was hanging out with you and I was just on the phone the entire time, I'm not spending time with you. I'm spending time with me being on the phone with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So, just use your time wisely.
Yeah. And I also feel like I'm not desperate enough to put up with you being disinterested when we're spending time together.
Yeah.
So let's make that clear. I am open and ready, but I'm not desperate.
Right.
Because if I've waited this long,
You can wait longer.
I can wait longer, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, I've waited, like, I would say I've waited a good amount of time for certain things that I've experienced that I could wait.
Do you realize, like, you've
longer.
had 2 relationships in the time that I've had none?
So what does that say about me?
You be pulling those niggas in.
No, I could. I really feel like if I were to say yes to everybody in my phone right now, then I would just be having a good old time. But I don't.
Well, I
have
would
any...
like to have the same problems that you do.
No, trust me.
I wish they were flooding my phone.
No, they were. They were at one point, but you just.
When was that?
I feel like you used to tell me a whole bunch of names at one point, right?
Maybe in like 2019, and now that I've like.
No, because I started losing track. I was like, wait, who's this person?
Yeah, but like they were never anything. They were never anything.
Neither are these.
No, but I'm saying like they could be. Like you have options of like if you wanted to pursue like a certain path with anyone, you have people that you could choose from. I like even those people that I had, it was like I wouldn't want to pursue a path on any of these people. I just like the attention. I've never had 4 people trying. Like my phone was nonstop. Like I used to be at work and my phone would just be nonstop, and I liked that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that anymore.
Me either.
I would like that from one person, but also I don't mean like blowing up my phone. I just mean like consistent. Like when I see their name pop up on my phone, like ooh,
excited.
Let me grab that. Yeah.
You want to know what's so crazy? After that's gone, like it's such a good feeling to have. And once you get accustomed to just checking in every day with somebody or just having that one person to like share good or bad news to, once that's gone, that's when I feel lonely. Like you said in the beginning that you feel lonely like after a big party. You're just like, oh man, like I had such a good time. Like after that person that was so important to me leaves, I'm like, damn, like I really don't have anybody to share like my good news to anymore or even bad news.
I could get that. Because I know, like, one of the things that I long for that, like, I feel like I'm missing out on is, like, somebody wanting to hear about my day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I always say, like, I want someone that'll hit me up and be like, hey, I've been thinking about you today, or, like, I want to see you today. What time do you get out of work?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I feel like I don't have that.
Yeah.
I just have to, like, bombard people and just tell them anyway. Or feel like, well, nobody really cares to know. Like, obviously, like, we call each other and rant about our days. But I want someone that, like, will ask me, like, how was your day today? Like, or, like, will be like, I know you were telling me about this the other day. Like, did you get an update on this and third? And, like, just, like I said, like, them feel as interested in me and aspects of my life as I feel about them and aspects of theirs. Because what's going to keep me interested is your interest.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I feel like you are not is the moment I will not be, whether you are or not. Whether you think that you are and you're like, if you're not making it known, I'm going to assume.
I think that effort is really important. So like you said, if someone's making it a point to really make it known that they're interested, to me, I value that more than anything, because my love language is quality time and words of affirmation. So I don't have to hear from you 24/7, because I know like people get busy, you know. But if they at least tell me in the morning, hey, this is my day, I'm going to be really busy, but they check up on me once they're done and they actually stick to what they say, for me, that's showing effort. Like, hey, I'm making it a point to let you know.
So that because you don't want to leave it to me to wonder what's going on.
No, even if you say you're busy, like, yeah, I get it. But the fact that you checked back in with me once you were done makes me feel like, okay, you actually value my time too, you know?
Right. And I feel like it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to just say, hey, I'm going to be busy today. You might not hear from me that much. Yeah. Okay. Because if you don't say that, I'm automatically going to think, well, yesterday when we talked, I said something that annoyed them, and now they're not interested in me anymore. Because certainly people have said things that are annoying to me, and now I'm not interested anymore, and I just leave.
Yeah, my mind starts spiraling. I'm like...
Right. There's one thing I have, and it's an imagination. And I will come up with the most ridiculous reason for why you're not and then it'll be like, hey, sorry, I had like I was taking my board exams for work to recertify, and like I couldn't be on my phone. Well, I thought you were with your other family, so it's too late. I just feel like nobody does that though, and
I
if
know, that's what's hard.
I try, because I never used to do that either. I would just like after the 6 hours, hey, sorry, I was doing this. So now I try, and I know that I don't like that. So now I try to go out of my way and actually say like, hey, just so you know, like for example, like I'm not allowed to be on my phone at work at all. I only go on my phone on my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
So like I will tell people, just so you know, like I work from this time to this time. I'll text you at lunch because I can't be on my phone during work. And then I text them on lunch, and we'll talk during my lunch, and I'll be like, hey, I'm going back in. You're not going to hear from me until this time, because I would want someone to do that for me.
Yeah, I think I was grateful because in my last relationship, we had a pretty big time difference. But while they were getting ready for work, I was on my way to work. So we would talk to each other then. We wouldn't really talk much throughout work because either of us couldn't be on our phones. So then by the time that I got out of work, he actually would get out of work his time, and he would call me, and we would talk on the way home from work, which is a lot, maybe a lot for some people, but because we were long distance, that was the only way that we could really communicate with each other.
I don't think it's a lot. I feel like besides the times, like I said, that I need to be by myself, if I don't need to be by myself, then we can be together.
Yeah.
If you want to hang out every day, we can hang out every day, as long as you understand on that day that I do need to be alone, or on the day that you need to be alone, then that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, if you want to call as soon as you got to work and we talk until we go to bed, and then maybe not the morning calls because I'm not a morning person.
Well,
But
yeah.
no, I get it, because you got to talk when you can.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with the every single day. We can talk every day, as long as you're fine when I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a problem talking every day besides those days. And I don't know when they come. So
Any day.
it could be any day. But if you, every single day, after I got to work, let's go get food. Let's go see a movie. Let's do this. Come over. Can I come over? Sure.
Yeah, I think my next one is not going to be long distance. I think it's going to be in person because I've had enough. Like, for me, long distance isn't an issue if both people are really willing to make it work and want it to work. And I think at the beginning of my last relationship, it was that way. But then something switched on their end, which I think is fine. It happens, but I don't think I would want to do that again. I like the luxury of having that person at least local, that we could just go watch a movie or
Right, because like I feel like you could have a really bad day, and it's like the only person you want to see or talk to is that person.
yeah.
And yes, you could call them, but it's not the same as being able to say, I had a really bad day. Can I see you today?
Can I please go get some food with you?
Right. So I couldn't do the long distance thing at all. Like I said, though, I've talked to people in a different state,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it only stopped at talking all the time, because I knew like I can't be in a relationship, because not to mention, I don't know, you just got to be here, because then I also like, this might be bad, but I need to know what you're doing, and I never really am gonna know what you're doing when you're away. You can hide so much more if we're not living in the same area than if we were in the same area.
Yeah, I learned that too. But I don't really have a problem of like knowing what they're doing. Like I think I trust people a little too easily, and I think that's my fault. I think it's just I want to see the good in them. Like I really want things to work out. So sometimes I feel like I trust what they say, not what they do.
And
I trust what they say.
I think that's the difference between you and I. I think you trust someone until they give you a reason not to.
Yeah.
I don't trust people until they give me a reason to.
Mm.
So like, you give everybody the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. I trust you. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. And then once you do,
and for me, it's like, I don't trust you. You have to earn my trust.
okay.
But then I guess that's not fair, but I don't care. That's not one that I'm going to ever change. I'm not just going to trust you off the bat, because I be lying, not about things that like matter. But if I be lying, you certainly could be lying, and you might be lying about things that matter.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I think it's with long distance, it's definitely easier to do that and just hide things.
absolutely. You could literally go out with someone and not have to worry about being spotted.
Yeah,
by,
that is true.
By you or anybody that knows that you're together.
But you want to know what's so crazy? You can still be long distance and like that. You tell people you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, and yet people are still grimy and disgusting. And regardless of what you tell them, will still try. Again, it is up to my partner. Whoever my partner comes into contact with, it is up to them to have loyalty towards me. So that's why I feel like I can't do long distance, because I know I'm not going to do something stupid over here. But it's a matter of, are you going to do stupid things behind my back? That's the issue.
And I automatically assume yes.
I see. I don't. I don't
do.
assume yes.
And do you think that you would now?
I think I'm a little traumatized, yeah.
I expect the worst from everybody. I would expect them to do everything wrong or to be lying. Like, whatever you just told me, I automatically think you're lying.
What do you think will change that?
Show and prove. Actions speak louder than words, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anything ever will. Because I feel like expecting the worst from people makes it a little easier to deal with when they do the worst.
I think that's a form of self-sabotage in a way.
I don't think so, because I don't let it affect anything. It's more so, and it's not like outward. Like, they're saying this, you're lying, I don't believe you,
Mm-hmm.
I show face. Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, in the back of my head, it might always be there. Instead, when they do fuck up, or everything I thought is like, yeah, it's like, okay, well, that didn't hurt because I expected it.
Okay, I could see that.
So I just don't get my hopes up with anything. And I feel like that's another reason why I've never done anything serious, because I'm just like, well, this is not, I already know this isn't going to go anywhere because of this isn't this.
Well, do you think nothing happens seriously because you have that kind of mindset?
Maybe. I'm telling you, most of the reason I don't get anything serious is because the stuff that I actually entertain that could go that direction is not anything it's not with someone that I really wanted to be with. They're just showing me attention. It's really bad.
Okay, so how do you get, attention from somebody that you really want to be with?
That's the question of the day. Please let me know. How do I get attention from the people I want it from and not from the people I don't care to have it from? Wow. Please tell me. I'm so glad that you asked.
The guy that keeps liking my Instagram stuff, can you please just start a conversation? You know who you are, please. I'm not desperate.
No, because like the 9 guys are going to be like, I saw you talking about me on your phone.
No, it's not you. And
Look at me. Look at me. It's you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're sitting there thinking like, okay, it's me. Look at me.
If you know both Dante and I.
You know both of us. You know me a little bit more than you know her.
Okay, watch it.
That's it.
Watch it.
You know me a little bit more than you know her.
Watch it.
That could be a ton of people. That could be half my friends that follow you on Instagram. You know me a little bit more than you know her. You don't know me that much either. You know me, but we're not like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
We're just cool. You know me a little bit.
You guys can be.
We can be.
Maybe it's your fault.
It's not my fault.
You are my in.
I want to be my own in.
Go to hell, girl. You want to be in too?
Go to hell, girl. I ain't worried about you. It's every man for themselves in this case. Trust me. I'm just kidding. Go for Kayla.
Yes.
Go for her. As you can hear, I'm not ready apparently. So
no, I said you are ready. I was just asking what makes you think that you are.
What was the question that you just asked me? I said how do you get attention from the person that you want attention from? Maybe I just haven't said the magic words yet. Maybe it's because I didn't share that Facebook post that said bad luck for 10 years when I was 12. Maybe that's what it is.
Or maybe next time you can read the signs better when they are interested.
Don't bring it up to me.
Okay.
I should just run that back. We should just run that one back. How would I re-spark that conversation? Hey.
I think you tried.
Did I?
I think so. Did you not?
Maybe closer to when it first stopped.
Oh.
I was like, I had to do something for school and I was like, do you want to go? And then I didn't get any kickback, but then I just didn't respond when asked when. So maybe twice.
It happened twice.
The second
Que
time wasn't
bruto.
the second one wasn't as bad as the first time.
Dante.
We need to stop talking about that because
Okay.
every time we do, like when we talked about it in the last podcast, we're talking about UCF. If you're following along,
See, I wasn't gonna do that.
when we talked about it on the last podcast, when I was going home, I was like, should I reach out?
Oh no.
But I didn't. No, because I just feel like I can't backtrack.
No. Don't.
No, because then also I feel like they would still think about like, well, like he was weird after like, you know, like I was being weird. I was moving weird. And then like I would also still, what would probably happen is be like, oh, this is why I stopped in the first place.
Oh.
So, but.
You know, I always ask myself, like, when is it going to be my turn? No, in a sense of, okay. Not like when is it going to be my turn to, you know, have a relationship, but when is it going to be my turn to stop, like, training men or having them practice
It
on
never
me
stops.
for them to then go and find their wife. Like,
They-
I feel like I have to teach them the lesson of how to be in a relationship. That's the thing. Like, it's really frustrating. Like, just for example,
Well, we're young. So like,
I get that.
like even if you and like get with a guy that's been in a relationship before, like there's still things that you're going to have to learn. Like that's why I don't understand how people were getting married when they were 18, 40 years
yeah.
ago, because you know nothing. And that's why most of the husbands cheated on their wives and they just stuck around for the marriage.
No, nowadays they still do. And that's the thing. Like, that kind of thing. Yes, oh, we're young. We have a lot to learn. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you do something to that extent, when if you're 18, if you're 12, you get the concept of being unfaithful to somebody. You like, regardless, age doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
So
I think like teaching your partner is something that never ends. It's just like there's certain things I should not have to teach you. So for example, that's
Exactly.
when you shouldn't have to teach, but you are going to constantly have to train your man.
no, yeah, but I meant more in that aspect.
Well, that's different. That's non-negotiable. Nobody has to be taught that.
So exactly. It goes back to my point. When is it going to be my turn?
When is it going to be mine?
I think it's coming.
I hope so.
I think it's coming.
It's the holidays.
Okay, maybe by next holiday.
That's a long time.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work
You
to be in a
saying by the next
relationship.
holidays, like I will be in the relationship, or are you saying that's when it will come?
No, like you will already be in a relationship by
Okay.
the next holiday.
I was gonna say because at that point I'm just gonna get another dog.
Well, the next holiday is Christmas, so it could be the next month.
You wouldn't meet them
Why?
for Christmas?
I want to be first.
That's in 6 weeks.
I want to be first.
Let me tell you something. You will know that I'm down bad for somebody when they are introduced to my family.
Who are you going to introduce them to first?
Probably you. You're the easiest one.
Yes.
You're not judgmental out loud or on your face. So you're the easiest one.
Really?
And
I feel like my face says all.
No, I don't think so. Not in that instance. And you really try to give everybody a chance. Like you actually try to meet the person and get to know them and form your own opinion on them. Whereas like if I introduce them to my mom, she's automatically going to be like, this is the person that's trying to be with my son. You know, like what I got to look for these things. You're not doing that because you know I can handle that on my own. So if I ever brought somebody around, just know it's serious. I'll bring somebody around and be like, we've been together for 2 years now. This is them. Say
not
hello.
to me. I would know a couple months in.
No, yeah, and then I just pop out in a relationship. It's been 2 years. What the fuck?
I think you would be my first person that I would introduce people to. You already have. I think with my last 2 relationships, I'm like, so this is so-and-so. And then we play games together and all the things.
I'm pretty easy too.
Yeah, and then I think you form your own opinion on them, but you don't really tell me to the full extent, I feel, how you really feel about them. So it doesn't
That's not true.
persuade my opinion.
That's not true. Certainly, yeah, because but it just so happened that the last 2 I liked them.
Yeah, they were great.
So, but then like I would if you ever introduced me to somebody and I didn't like them, I would have no problem telling you that.
How would you
I
deliver it?
feel like that'd be a disservice to you
Okay.
because you're not gonna see the things that I'm gonna see because you're in it. So
Got the love.
I have
goggles
to point
on.
out the things that you can't see. Or what the hell am I here for? What kind of friend am I?
I know.
Now, if once we talk about it and I tell you, like, I noticed this and this, not a big fan, I'm not going to be, like, rude to them, and I'm going to respect your decision. Like, obviously, if you like them and you want to be with them, okay. But I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, there was a friend that you had in your life that I was just not the biggest fan of, but I was still nice and everything. But it just...
Right, because at the end of the day, it's not your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not my... At the end of the day, like, your boyfriend is not mine.
No,
so
yeah, has no impact on me whatsoever.
Unless it's the one liking your Instagram pictures. If you guys end up in a relationship, I'm part of that relationship too.
Oh, absolutely. You're more than welcome to join.
Oh, you're willing to share?
No.
Oh, then it's off the table.
Okay, so I have one last question. What would you consider very sexy?
Oh, I thought we were sad.
Yeah, let's just end on a good note.
Okay. Spanish. No, I like the language. Like, I think anybody that can speak Spanish. What did I say? Like, puts you up here. Oh, if you can text fast, and you can speak Spanish, you won. Hit me up. Let me think. Someone that's like really, like, smooth, like
confident.
Yes, but not cocky. And, like, when we're talking, like, you just know what to say. Like, I guess Riz, like, and it's delivered so well. And, like, your demeanor and your personality actually matches that. And, like, so I just like someone that's very, like, calm, chill, level-headed. I love that. I feel like
calm men are so sexy. So sexy. If a man just walks into the room, doesn't even have to say anything, and you just know that he's the life of the party.
You just want to relax. Well, that's the opposite of calm.
No, I'm saying, like, if, okay, a man walks into the room and he just gets all the attention without even have to say anything. Like, respect.
I don't know, because why is everybody on your ass like that?
Wait, what do you mean?
You walk into the room and all the attention is drawn to you. Why? What you'll be doing for these people you don't do for me. I think you mean, like, for me, I want someone that's, like, cool, calm, and collected in public. Chill. People, like, would ask me, like, why are you with me? Seems so, like, calm and boring. And you're all like, exactly. When nobody else is around, we'd be having
the sheep.
Well, I didn't say anything about sex. I mean, like, goofy. Like, when nobody else is around, they're a clown. Like, I love that, because then it also makes me feel extra special. I get to see this side of you that nobody else sees. Obviously, Kayla's just looking for a freak in the sheets.
No, I didn't say
That's why she went from sad to sexy.
No, I didn't say
Don't worry, as soon as we're done here today, I'm going to run out so you can handle your urges.
I don't have any urges. Maybe some cravings. I'm kind of hungry.
There's food. I brought some.
I got some Vietnamese in the fridge.
Period.
I think something that I find sexy in a man, I would have to agree with the confidence, the cool, calm, collected. I don't like someone who's the life of the party in the sense of they are very outgoing, always have to be the talkative one that just talks and talks and talks. But also a man who can resist temptations. That to me is very
From other
sexy.
people?
From other women, yeah.
That's the bare minimum.
It's very common nowadays that it's unfortunate.
No, Faith. That is the bare minimum. This is what women have been left to crave.
Yeah.
Loyalty. It's like, yeah, my man's never cheated on me. What, girl?
Are you serious?
No way.
Mine has 3 times.
That's
going on a 4th.
That's it? Yeah, I'm willing to get up to 6.
I will say I'm having a really hard time also being with friends who don't have ambition and motivation for themselves in a relationship. I'm getting really tired of living the same thing over and over again.
My favorite part of this podcast is when we start talking about something and I know that we immediately think of the same person. And so then I'm just like, and I like have to remember that we're not talking in my car, so I can't just say, oh, you're talking about.
Oh, right. And start name dropping.
Right. I'm going to just start like bleeping. Beep. And you'll be like,
No, I mean, I feel like it's general. I feel like a lot of people, if you come to me for advice on your relationship and do the exact opposite of what I do.
Don't come to me for advice again.
Then I'm going to get frustrated and be like, I don't want you to come. I don't want to hear your situation.
I'm not going to get frustrated. You are welcome to do with my advice what you please. However, when what I said was going to happen happens.
Don't come crying to me.
You don't get to cry to me, or you do. You're welcome to. But don't expect me to, I'm so sorry. Like, no, I'm going to tell you, I told you that this would happen. And some people say they don't want that. I told you so, friend. Don't be friends with me.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, I told you so. Especially, I told you twice. 2 times.
And you still did it.
And you still did it. So do I feel sorry for you?
No.
No. If you listened to me and that didn't work, then like, damn, my bad, girl. But
We're
like,
both stupid. The blind leading the blind.
Exactly. The drowning teaching you how to swim. My cousin
Okay,
posted
you
that
can't
today.
swim.
Okay. All right, guys. So it's that time of the week. We're going to talk about what we're on. What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you doing? What are you reading? She doesn't read. What are you up to? What have you been on?
Okay, can I be honest without you judging me?
Sure.
Okay. Now, I just want to say, I'm going to speak positively. So all of the Taylor Swift army people, please don't come for me. But my TikTok, for some reason, has just been giving me so many videos about her concert right now because she's on the Eras tour. I've been getting so much tea, and I love chisme. It has nothing to do with me. But she was just performing in, I think, in Brazil, right? Buenos Aires? Yeah, she was performing in Brazil this weekend. And last night she had a show where she almost passed out on stage because of how hot it was over there. And a fan died. They went into cardiac arrest.
And I did see that because now they're going to allow water.
Yeah.
They're going to allow you to bring in water.
Yeah, apparently there was like pictures that there's water tanks outside the venue or inside the venue now. But a fan died due to cardiac arrest last night in the middle of her concert. And then I was watching a whole bunch of videos of her like throwing water at the fans in the crowd because she's asking for the staff to give
Does she
water.
have enough for all of them?
She didn't even have enough for herself. There's literally a clip and she almost passes out on stage. So she had to postpone the next show, which completely understand. That's like you're an athlete up there trying to perform for all these people, you know, and the heat and
so
whatever.
You're a Swiftie now.
I wouldn't say like I'm a Swiftie, but I do have like, you know, some respect for performers. I mean, I always have, but I have been listening to a lot of her music only because of the performance that she's giving. I love a good performance.
Okay. Well, the Swifties can come for me. I'm not a fan, but that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I don't listen to her music. I've just been watching what's been going on TikTok.
So it's the entertainment.
Yeah. But what's been on your mind this week?
I've been listening to SOS again. Such a good album.
It is.
And whenever I listen to it, I think about our trip.
Mm.
But I love that album.
When it first came out, I remember it hit like 12:01.
Yes, we all stayed up.
Every song that you listen to. Oh! Oh! She does it every time. Oh, this is so good. I'm like, we're 30 seconds in.
Do you know what's crazy? It's like I'll still listen to it. I wish I was. And I'll just be like, yes! Especially at the end of special when it's like, just like you. And then it like has the, it starts to, the effect changes. It's like, just like you. And it has like all this stuff going on. I literally just want to like float in a water tank and like drown to that song. SOS is so good.
It is good.
And like I've been seeing lately like people saying like SOS or Control. And I feel like they're two totally different people. Like I feel like it's made by two people, but if I really had to pick one.
SOS in my opinion. I like SOS.
I'd have to pick SOS too. Because I don't know.
I feel like SOS is a little more emotional to me, and I feel like I
feel like it's two totally different genres. I feel like SOS and Control are two different genres of music. I love them both. I could listen to both without skipping a single song, but I prefer SOS. Maybe just because it's newer. Maybe because I listened to SOS as an adult, and I listened to Control as like a teenager. So maybe maybe my perspective is different. Maybe if she would have dropped Control at this age, I would have a different opinion, but I don't know. Well, guys, that wraps up today's episode of Slightly Unhinged. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Everything down in the description box. Follow the socials. You know the drill. Hit up Kayla if you've been liking her pictures on her Instagram story.
Hi.
And always remember that though we are unhinged,
we are only slightly.
just a little bit. See you later.
Bye.